On this episode, we talk about birth order, the oldest child and the pressures of that, the youngest child and the recklessness that comes with that, and then the middle kid who's always whining. Or are they not whining? Are they actually being honest about being overlooked all the time? We get into every little detail of birth order, how it affects us, how it annoys us, how it makes us better. And there may have been a secret leak about a product that the Garg family is working on, specifically one Garg is working on, and I may or may not have made a mistake related to that. But in order to find out, you're going to have to tune in to the Zarna Garg Family Podcast. See you there. Namaste. Welcome to the Zarna Garg Family Podcast, where all 5 Gargs are in the house. And today's topic, 100% you're going to have an opinion because it applies to you, it applies to me, it applies to everybody sitting around the table. We are going to talk about birth order. Now, according to my kids and my husband and his mother and everybody in our world, some things happen because you're the oldest. Some things happen because you're the youngest. Some things happen because you're the middle. I personally am not a believer in any of these because I'm the youngest in my family, but also the most responsible and the most balanced and stable. So anyway, we're going to get right in.
You are hardly the most balanced and the most stable in your family.
What are you talking about?
Your oldest brother is the most balanced and the most stable.
No, that was fake news. We're going to get right into this, and don't believe him because he has many reasons to smear my character. But we're going to get right into it. Let me not waste a minute and introduce my family. My husband of 28 years, Wall Street veteran, Shalab Garg. My daughter who just finished college, Zoya Garg. My son who's in college, Bridge Garg. And my middle schooler, Veer Garg, is in the house. So anybody have a strong opinion on birth order?
Similarly to what you were saying, I am the most responsible in this household.
That's right, Veer. That's right.
That's not true.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
You owe me $220.
I do not owe you a single dollar. We both know that those type of bets do not count.
What bet?
We made a
Since
bet
when do those types of bets don't count?
We made a bet on whether this artist was going to drop an album, and he did not drop it. So we know it was a joke. It was clearly just like some.
All right, what about
stuff
the first one, about the $20 where we bet on a basketball game who's going to win?
Doesn't count.
No,
Again.
Veer, just give it to him. You have so much money.
Mom will give it to you.
No,
That's
why?
not
Why get involved in that?
Okay, regardless, I am 100%.
Veer is the most responsible.
That's not true.
Who is the most
wouldn't say
responsible?
that's
You can't compare
No, I'm saying out of
responsibility.
the 3 siblings.
You're not the most responsible. Okay. You can't compare viewers' responsibilities to 2 adults who are living lives that are in 3 different environments at once.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm comparing it to when he was 14 and when you were 14.
But when we were both 14,
Yeah, wait,
we
hold
were
on.
really
I was also responsible.
No,
yeah.
no. Bridge, like, how many times did you lose your iPhone again, Bridge?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay, hold on.
I have never.
Didi was definitely
there was
responsible.
I was definitely
Didi was
I'm
responsible.
going to tell one story to my audience, mine, okay? Not the family
Okay.
part.
Except
Because I
it's
have my
airing
own.
on the family podcast.
It is my own unique audience that
Okay.
supports me and calls me funny and writes all these nice things about me on the comments, right? To that audience.
Okay.
We have an elevator, like most buildings have an elevator.
Oh my God, this is Didi's fault.
Now,
This is
of
my
all the places in the world, how likely is it that a grown teenage boy, or a girl for that matter, but in this case a boy, drops his iPhone in that little opening between the elevator and the end? I'm talking about, that little thing, like, I don't even know
Where the
what
door closes.
Where the door closes.
Right below where the door closes.
Who drops their phone in that little space and then assumes that it will be downstairs in the shaft, not realizing that the elevator will have crushed it?
Well,
That
okay,
is
first
my
of all,
responsibility.
that wasn't me, so that's a bad example if you're going for me. That was Didi.
It was a fluke accident. What happened was, as the
They
oldest
were both
sibling,
complicit in that
No.
quote-unquote
I did
accident.
nothing. Like, I actually
I
did nothing
did nothing either.
Yes, you did.
No, I
Nobody
did.
gets anything. Where's the phone?
I know.
Both of you guys had to have done
So
something.
the phone, when you're the oldest sibling, you are trying to constantly keep up with your youngest siblings. You want to be cool. You want to be in the know. And something that's very cool is dapping someone up, right? Do you know how to do it, Mom? No.
You did it wrong.
No, that's not it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me do it.
No,
Why are you
no,
dabbing?
No, not dabbing. Not dabbing. It's just a little moment, right?
Okay, yeah.
And this was really in vogue when I was 20 and Bridge was 18 and his phone. And I really wanted to fit in with Bridge. And so I dapped Bridge up right on top of the elevator shaft. And when I did it, he was holding his phone and we dapped him up with his phone and his phone fell down the
Wait, hold
flight.
on.
You know what I
That's what
heard?
happened.
You know what I just heard?
That's
I heard $1,000 gone.
And
That's what I heard.
That's not even the worst part of the story. Let's get into the actual worst part of the story. In this story, how old was I? 8, 9 years old,
You were
10 years
tiny.
old?
You were young.
10 years old. They come running into the house. They bang on my door. They run in. They're like, Veer, get up, get up, get up. We're going to Apple. Like, literally, night of, they dragged me to the Apple store in the city.
To cheat the parents.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys also, it was something happened. I think I had like a great day at school or something. And you guys had ice cream for me, did not eat the ice cream, came home, was fully melted. Like we had to go to the Apple store. We went, got the new phone, then Didi's phone broke because we added it to the same line or something. So you guys had to go back to Apple
How did she
after
break
that.
her phone? I didn't know.
I don't know.
yeah.
They somehow messed it up.
We don't tell you because you get immediately angry with us and don't ask. You don't give us practical solutions forward. So
I mean,
we-
Who does?
already-
Okay, pause. Who gives
When-
you the practical solution?
when,
Just for-
when things go wrong
Yes.
financially, we like to tell mom.
Yes.
We don't like to tell dad.
Yeah, because you just want a blank check.
No, you crash out on us.
Oh, is that what it is? You just want a blank check? Is that what it is?
No, that's not true.
No, obviously.
You
not.
are trying to manipulate them.
I'm
My
doing
style,
nothing.
in my way.
I'm
You're
doing nothing.
cheating by how I cheat.
You're literally like you're trying to put words in their mouth.
Like in
I'm
that
helping
soft,
them out. Yes,
calm voice.
because you
When
want
did you
that.
learn that?
You want that, right? Well, was that manipulation?
Oh my God, I can't believe she learned that from
Because
me. Now using it on me.
I've never even thought about that. Yeah. My mother would never allow me to.
But Veer, you should be so lucky that your siblings wanted to bring you on this late night adventure.
Oh my God, this is something you guys do so much. I'm actually so tired of it. You guys will turn like the worst moment of my whole life into something that is somehow a sibling bonding moment. Like literally, at this point, I think just like literally living in the same house is a sibling bonding moment.
But what do you want?
No,
What do
it
you want?
is.
Everybody
It
should
is.
live
How
in
rare
That's a
is
bad
it
example.
for
Hold
all
on, that was a
siblings
bad
to be in the same
example. That
house
was a
at
bad
once?
example. Okay, I take that back. I overshot
think
that
pretty
one.
much
That was a
by
bad example.
definition-
Okay. That was a bad example. Literally every single thing we do is a siblings bonding moment, even when one of the siblings don't enjoy it. And this is how I'll get us into our next point. Do they have the authority to force me to do things?
Yes.
I mean, that I have to say they do. Like Didi had the authority until Bridge turned 18. Bridge has the authority until you turn 18. I agree with that. But after 18, they don't. After
To
18,
what point?
I don't know
To what
why
point,
does
though?
18 have anything to do
I mean, the
with
law of the
anything?
land calls them
They're
an
not
adult.
going to stop being siblings at 18.
I know, but I'm saying after that, Bridge can't hit him. for
He's
doing
not
something
hitting
wrong.
him now. Nobody's hitting anybody.
I mean, right now, if he wanted to, he could. And I
No,
wouldn't
he
say anything
couldn't.
about it.
What are you talking about? What? That's not what he's talking
I mean,
about.
he went like this. That would be okay.
He's not complaining about. He's saying like he doesn't want to play a game that these two like, and they force him to play it all the
Oh my
time.
God, this game and game. And why does this game keep coming up?
Because it's a constant source of fighting between the kids. You would know that if you were involved.
Again, that soft voice. Like, it's really unbelievable. She's like literally copying me over. Guys, I just want to let you know that this is my trademark. And she's literally copying it
my
over.
trademark.
This is what she did with jokes. 5 years ago, I would tell her all these jokes. And then she started to tell those jokes. And as she became famous, she forgot about giving credit. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that because a woman telling those jokes is better because men succeed at most of the things. It's okay if she succeeds at that. But now she's copying all these other things.
You know what's interesting is that you're the oldest child in your family.
And she's the
And
youngest
she's
in
the
her
youngest.
family.
And I have to say, until Veer was born, I did not understand mom. Because she's very stubborn, and when she doesn't get her way, she crashes out. Now, Bridge and I
I mean, she
have
generally
learned...
crashes out too.
No. But Bridge and I have always had to like compromise, share, all these things. And Veer, I've noticed, exhibits a lot of the same behavior as mom when they get upset and they don't get their way.
Okay, excuse me. Me saying you guys should share is not mom crashing out. It's mom being a mom, which should know something about parenting if he got involved.
No, but when...
Teaching your kids to share is not like me being a young child being stubborn. Like you have to learn how to share to live in this world. This air we breathe, we share with human beings.
No, but when Bridge and I disagree with you, you don't like to hear our ideas out if you feel like they are
And that
correct.
problem is a very secular one. She doesn't like that from anyone, not just you guys.
That's the point.
It's hard for her to be flexible with ideas.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the point.
Do you think that you have any younger sibling tendencies?
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that I'm a comic, it's always the young ones who like need the attention, right? Because the older ones are given it the attention. the young ones like, don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I mean, so that's a sibling
Although
tendency.
to be fair, to be completely fair on this topic, her older siblings almost raised her. Because her mom passed, right? One of the sister put her through college. The brother paid for college. There was a lot going on in her sibling relationship. So it's almost a little different than, first of all, the age gap is bigger between her older
Yeah,
brother.
but I do get irritated. I understand. Like those two will start crying if we are four of us, right? If any two start fighting, the older two start crying and they get upset and then they remember and our mom would have liked, I just delete the chat. I mean, this is a lot of hysteria.
Yeah, Veer will just say no. When did you and I ever say no in our
yeah,
lives?
that was not
I've
possible.
never said no.
Well, we weren't allowed to just say no. What I was explaining to Veer was that when we were younger and my mom wasn't a comedian, she had a lot more time to focus on us, like as the siblings. And she would scream at me if I ever didn't listen to my sister, and she would 100% take her side every single time when it came to forcing me to do things. It's only now where she's working as a comedian, where she doesn't have the time or energy to deal with it, that she doesn't scream at Veer or get mad at Veer for doing the same things that Didi did to me.
I mean, he
and
doesn't
he takes
value
advantage
his
of them.
life, then what I'm gonna do? Like, you also, I screamed at you, your whole high school, you still rode city bike.
That's one thing though, like
Yeah,
one
but
let
that
me
is
let me
one
let
thing
me
that
let me
kept me
teach you
up
guys
all night.
something. Let me teach you guys something.
Wow.
When the American citizens, the settlers who moved from Britain, wanted to throw over the Britain colonization that they had, one of the ways that an overthrow of a government has to happen is that there has to be a state crisis. That's one of 4 characteristics. So what I did in my high intelligence was I noticed that there was a state crisis happening in the government, and I decided I was going to take advantage of it and overthrow it.
Why? That's why he's going to style. That's why. You see that?
You see what I
I
did?
didn't really understand.
Who is the government in this case?
Mom
His
is the government.
His mom is the
But you
government.
And the
overthrew
crisis
mom?
was her not having the energy to be able to deal with you.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Then get yourself in trouble and hope that your dad is awake to help you. Because these guys, did you go through your entire schooling, your college, that if you have any issues, how was one phone call?
Well, actually, she did. He was the person who did help me when my nose got broken. Like, he was there.
Okay. You just remember the one time.
He was
in
there.
20
But you
years.
just said
In
it.
one time in 20 years. I was there for every
I'm not
single-
discounting
Why does
any
it
of
become a comparison? Why does this always happen?
Literally, you've not been there ever.
You
Since-
asked me if he had ever been there, and I named one time he had been there.
Okay.
And I did not say you
And
hadn't
I was
been.
on the road working, but
Yeah, no,
okay.
you were. I'm not saying you weren't.
See, even this nod feels like your youngest sibling to be like, yes.
Yeah. But to be fair, Bridge, you literally called me on
actually,
the bus
even
already.
during the nose incident where somebody broke your nose, guess who got involved and looked into all the doctor options? Ask him.
I don't remember that.
You know
I
why?
thought we met the doctor at the ER. Did
Yeah,
you
we
not?
met the doctor.
But
at the
I
end.
was the one who found other doctors, what would be involved,
But
and
we
why
took
this
the-
was a
we
good
took
one.
the best doctor.
Yes, but I found out that my friends' kids had their nose jobs done with this guy. So I told you that this is the Park Avenue guy who does all my friends' kids'
You know
noses.
what? Thankfully, now there is Claude and ChatGPT, and we can ask these questions of these artificial intelligence agents, and we don't have to depend on these random social
You
relationships.
can't ask Claude how to fix a nose.
No, but you can ask who's the best doctor to fix it.
Oh.
You're going to trust
She
Claude
said,
more than
over random social. My friends, literally,
Oh my
the most educated, the most affluent, the most tuned in parents in America right now, but they're random.
And doctors.
And also doctors, exactly.
Not to bring up another similarity between you and Veer, but every single time Veer wants to get out of something, it's like this elaborate spiel with evidence and memories, and like it's a whole case study.
I
And
thought that was a woman thing.
no, that's it. I think
the fact that, you remember how your mother has this irritating habit of pulling up things from 20 years ago
no,
and 15 years
that's
ago.
not what
and
I'm
10
talking
years.
about. I'm talking
Wait,
about
you have done
negotiation.
that multiple times
I'm talking
before,
about
too.
negotiation.
You've been like, wait, I remember you telling a story of 20 years ago when you guys lived in Interlaken, Switzerland, whatever, and you were like, I will cook every single, like you were telling us how moms vowed to cook every single meal for you.
Yeah.
Like, I will do everything for you so long as you hold up your end. Like,
I mean, when something is so intense, it survives the passage of time. But generally, I don't. Your mother will remember things about how, you came home late by an hour, or when your son broke his arm, you weren't around. Things like that she will
Oh,
remember.
that's not going to stand the test of time.
When your son broke his arm, and I called you and I said he's broke his arm, the bone is out of his skin.
I think my
and you said
smart
I'm at
audience-
work right now and hung up on me. You mean that time?
I think my smart
Rich,
audience
too bad you
understands
don't
that
remember
was-
that moment.
I'm not, why are you attacking me? I've literally,
Poor thing.
I have never.
Let's transition to middle child syndrome because I think this is a good opportunity.
Can one of you two, I'm like not fully understanding what is middle child syndrome, and for anybody who doesn't know what it is.
So, traditionally, the idea of middle child syndrome is that if you're the middle child or in a group of 3 or 5 or whatever it is, then there's the older sibling that got a lot of attention as they were growing up because they were going through the things for the first time. So the parents were learning about schooling systems for the first time, they were learning about socialization for the first time, along with the first child. Then, once it comes time for them to focus more on you as you go through middle school or high school, you have a third sibling, you have the younger sibling, which now means that parents can't focus on you the same way they did the first child because now they have to focus on keeping the younger sibling alive and growing like through preschool or the young age where a child is really susceptible to really bad behavior or something's extremely dangerous. So because the parents went from focusing all their energy on the first child to immediately focusing all their energy on the third child, that leaves a second child who didn't get any attention from the parents because they were never like the sole focus of the parents. So that means that they usually, middle child syndrome is the idea that like middle children are much more independent, they're much more likely to like rebel against the parents, and they're much less likely to have gotten the attention of the other siblings.
Right, you do feel the same exact definition of it.
Yeah, I would say I fit pretty much the exact definition of it.
What good traits and bad traits do you think you have as the middle child?
It's a good question.
I'm very independent, so I'm able to like make a decision and not feel guilty if mom and dad disagree with it.
Wait, feel
Wait,
guilty?
what? Yeah.
Meaning you just don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, that's better. That's more accurate. So yeah, I would say I don't really care if they don't agree with every single decision I make.
True, Bridge.
No, that's
you
true.
care.
But not about everything. Like when it comes to going to South Korea, like you've told me 100 times.
You're
that
not going.
Okay, so there
What
you
if
go.
me and Didi disagreed with the decision you made?
Huh?
What if me and Didi disagreed? You still wouldn't care?
Yeah, like if I believed in the decision, I'm not gonna care. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
So the girl you will ultimately marry will be entirely
I talk
your
about
decision.
this extensively, that I don't think that the family should have a major input on the girl that I marry or any spouse that anyone
Oh my-
chooses.
Yet, one of the big reasons you ended up having a breakup in that long relationship is because she did not get along with your family. Is that not true?
Partially, but like even then, yeah, but that's so I've learned a lot since then, right? And I've learned that it doesn't matter as much what the family thinks because the families just project their own fears upon the relationship that you're in. There's a lot of biases that come. Everyone thinks that dealing with family means there's completely unbiased. These people care for you more than anyone in the world. They do care for you more than anyone in the world. They want to see your success, but they're hella biased. They are extremely biased.
Not me.
And mom is
Not me.
extremely biased.
What am I biased about?
What is her
You
bias?
are extremely you are extremely afraid that if I end up marrying someone or dating somebody that's not as in line with our family, I will leave this family forever and never speak to you again.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's been the nature of humanity for 1,000
Why
years.
is that bias?
Yes, but she projects that fear upon the
No,
people
but
that
it's
I'm
normal.
dating.
I mean, that you would, like, it's the same thing with your dad and his dad and dad's before.
No, okay. Stop right now. Do not compare your dad and his dad and your dad. My kids like being home. My kids like doing things with me.
Your kids, when they were kids, like being home,
No,
but as men and women, they may
Okay,
not.
are you happy being home right
Yeah,
now?
I
Are you
am.
happy building
but I'm
this
not.
business
Yes,
with us?
I am. But my point is that your fear of that happening shows up in the advice you give me about who
Yes.
I'm dating.
So
Yes.
she's controlling, obviously.
I wouldn't say it's controlling. It's just she has extreme biases when it comes to the advice she gives. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying I shouldn't listen to you
Like
ever.
overwhelming. She's overwhelming.
No, why are you trying to make this into like?
You see this? Literally, he like take a knife and just twist it in me right
But I
now.
agree. Boys have to be men and men have to be grown men. You have to pick the girl you want to be with, leave that family, and leave your past behind.
No,
That is how it's supposed
what
to
are
be.
you talking about?
It's not about leaving the past behind. It's about the idea that everyone has their own biases when it comes to the advice that they give. And you don't have to take in someone's opinion to the nth degree because they're in your family, because you can make a good decision for yourself based off what you know to be
Okay,
true.
Bridge, why don't you tell the audience what did your dad advise you when this relationship came up a month ago?
You said that you should reach out and you should make the decision and then speak out of your own intuition,
Did
which
I-
I agreed with,
So
which
did I
I thought
apply
was good
any
advice. No,
biases
you
to-
didn't. You are actually
Oh my
very good.
God.
at
I'm
not
so
applying
glad.
bias.
I'm gonna
But-
throw up
I'm
right now.
irritated.
I'm gonna
I think
throw
the
up.
audience
Wait,
couldn't hear
I'm
it because
gonna-
they disturbed it. You're very good at what? Can you say it again?
You're very good at giving that type of advice. Yeah.
What type of advice? It is called, in common parlance, good cop, behavior.
So did a
That
similar
there's-
thing also
there's
not occur for you?
And that was good. That was good
No.
advice.
No, but was
this guy was a total idiot and wrong for her. And
Irrespective.
instead of stepping in as a parent and saying, put an end
What
to
was
this,
the
don't-
advice I gave
what?
you?
What?
I just, you told me to go basically spend more time with him,
And follow your...
follow my heart or whatever. But I actually think that wasn't correct given the evidence that we had about him.
But the evidence is a
But it's
separate...
not the evidence we had about him. It's the evidence that you had about him. And if you weren't comfortable ending it based off that evidence, then you weren't
Hold
comfortable
on.
ending
I
it.
want to stir this conversation in a new way.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Mom, do you believe you should follow your heart or your brain?
Why are you asking me this?
Because I feel like
feel like
Baya
you're
is a
laying a
heart person
trap.
and you're a brain person.
You're laying a trap. Oh.
You're laying a trap.
No, I want to hear
no,
what you want to say.
he's a brain person.
What do you
he's
think?
a brain person.
What is
No.
can everybody answer that
It is a
question?
blend. It is a blend of the
No, you
heart
have to
and
pick
the
one.
brain.
I'm
That's
definitely
not answering
not
the
a
question.
person.
You cannot pick one. It's not like if there's some guy out there who's like a complete idiot, but it's great on paper. Anybody is gonna be like, you should
He's
marry
not
him.
saying you don't have a brain. He's saying, do you
You
follow
have to follow
logic
your
or do you
gut.
follow
Yeah, are you gonna
your
ch- are you
gut?
gonna
have
chase
to
somebody
follow
based
your
on-
gut.
Okay.
You have to follow your instinct, and by this point, you should have sharp enough instincts that
I agree. By
Right.
this point, you should have sharp
Yeah,
enough
but
instincts to
your
be able
dad-
to.
But as a grown-up, right, you know certain things that this is looking like it's heading in a bad direction, and he will never say that to you. You know why? Because he has me. He knows that he can afford to play the good cop, and he can just
so why
sit
don't
there
we
and
put that to a test, okay? Zoya, is that the impression you got from me that I really wanted another way and I'm just waiting for your mother to be the bad cop and that my advice, wrong or right, was not from an honest place?
No, your advice was from an honest place. It was. But
I'm just saying, like you're proven wrong
but, you
time and
have to,
again.
but the thing is that mom is training the three of us to be like
Yeah.
to be hard in the mind.
It's not your mom's
No, I
place
will
to
say
train
this
you
here.
for
No,
anything.
no.
Okay,
but-
here's what I'll say is that I
You're
wouldn't.
not her pets. You're grown individuals with your own lives, your own
Wait, but
decisions.
listen to what I'm
your
gonna
own
say.
education and
We're living
experience.
Listen to
such a
this.
different experience than how you grew up in like India.
You have no idea how I grew up.
No, but you don't like you find the relationship that I have with mom really weird.
No, I don't. I'm saying they're two different. You can have a very emotionally intimate relationship with your mother, but you're still your own person.
Wait,
who gets
here's
to
what I'm saying.
decide
Here's what I'm saying.
Your own things.
I trust in my instinct and I trust in my ability to make those decisions because of the way that my mom raised me. Because she raised me instilling the values that the family has now, values such as focusing hard work, intelligence, ethics, the idea of being with somebody who is gonna make you a better person along with you making them a better person. All of those things that I prioritize, I feel like I'm good at finding them and I prioritize them because of the way that my mom raised me. So I credit you for building me in such a way
okay,
that I'm able
but now
to look.
that you are grown up,
But now that's what, and then so now that I am grown up, I'm able to take the things that mom taught me and make an independent decision on my own now when it comes to the person I'm dating. And if I'm still curious or I'm still uncertain, then I'll reach out to mom or Veer or Didi or dad and ask for advice. Because if I'm still uncertain, they'll give me great advice. But I overwhelmingly trust the instincts that you instilled in me. It's not like they came out of nowhere.
this is
You're the one who
smart way
gave
of
to me.
saying that I've moved on.
It's
mean, he
not
could not
saying
say-
I moved.
he could
Like,
not
you're
say that.
taking it and
everything
like.
to push him out. You have literally like you're.
Why are we talking about me being pushed out? I'm not, like-
because he has done everything to make you believe that if you talk to me as an adult today and if I offer an opinion, I'm somehow overstepping. I'm somehow.
I don't believe
overwhelming.
that.
I
But
didn't
he's
believe that.
pushing you in
Never.
that direction. He's like,
But am I saying like I don't agree?
I cannot believe the quiet manipulation that happens in this dynamic. It's like
I'm not saying that though.
Have the faith that your boys and girls are intelligent enough that they cannot be manipulated like
I
that.
do. They're not living in a bubble wrap in New York City. They're out there living in the world. It was my decision to move them into New York City public schools and let them deal with life.
Yeah, and that was the
They-
best
you
decision probably
Saying
of ever.
Nobody
that
can
is
accuse
a
me.
sunk cost. You did all of that. It's in the past. They today are the product of many and all of those decisions and able to take on life on their own now.
Guys, I want to transition the topic because I think it's getting out of hand.
I'm just going to do a poll just before you do that.
Oh my God.
Is it true or is it not true that these two individuals, Zoya and Bridge, not Veer, as grown individuals can handle life on their own without any real engagement and involvement from their mother on a day-to-day basis? Yes or no?
Okay. I recently had an experience with Bridge where I was like, man, I'm such an oldest child and he's such a middle child. So basically we developed this like digital product that we're playing with at our live shows. And I have a tendency to think about like, how do I make this perfect? How do I not make a mistake? That is my pitfall as an eldest daughter, is I never want to fail. Like it's just, I struggle failing.
It's also a female thing.
It's a female thing, but it's also definitely like an oldest
you're very
child
type
thing.
A too.
Because you're just constantly thinking about what your parents think. Bridge, on the other hand, is... Hold on. Bridge, on the other hand, is like a bull in a china shop. And he'll just like go after it, like sometimes recklessly, but he'll just go after it. And he built a tool recently. We're both programmers. We both know how to code. And he built a tool that like accomplished the task that we set out for immediately. I could have built that tool too, but I was scared of like messing something up. In the process of building this amazing tool, 5,000 contacts that we had spent 5 years building a list for got deleted. I was literally...
Wait, what?
Yes, 5,000 phone numbers that we literally have spent years collecting, deleted. That's like building an email list or a phone text. It's a big deal. And I was literally freaking out. I was like, oh my God, like we should have set up this guardrail. We should have set up blah, blah, blah. Bridge was like, you know what? I think it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna just call customer service. I think I'm gonna be able to retrieve them. He was cool as a cucumber. I was panicking. The next day, he spent a few hours working on it. Bang, phone number's back. Bang, product built, and he's still moving forward. I think that comes from like your ruthless, like middle child independence and ability to accept responsibility
Maybe
for
he's
any
just
type
an
of
alpha
thing.
type guy. I mean, men can often be alpha.
No, I
And
think
he
that
is
has
an
more
alpha.
to do with birth order, actually.
Why?
Really? Why?
Because you just went forth.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taken after her, I feel like his dad at some level.
No, you would not have
Dad,
done
you
what
would
he
not
did.
have done that.
What would I have done?
If the consequence, this is a good example. Let's say that $1 million of your client's money was on the line, but $10 million could be made that day. But you could lose all the millions of dollars like within an hour and not be even sure or confident that you would get it back tomorrow. Would you take the bet at like making that delta? No. That's basically what he did.
Oh, so that's his poker way. You just all in.
He just went all in. No, but you don't understand. We literally, it said we went from growth like this to like flat on the ground.
And then back up to
These
the-
were contexts we spent years.
Okay, can you just pause and tell who owns and runs the company who said, everybody stay calm, we're going to get through this? Did somebody who's been accused of crashing out at everything react even for a minute?
No, you
No,
did not
you did
react.
not.
You
Did
were
I
very
react for a
confident.
second? I
Yeah.
was there when it happened, right? What did I say? This is going to be fixed. Relax. It's okay. Mistakes happen. We're building something from the ground up.
But Bridge, it's a lot easier. Okay.
But this is bridge. I'll tell you, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
When you guys were little, and I used to take you guys swimming when we went on vacation because I'm the only one who knows how to swim.
You know, I have to say that growing up poor in India and not having access to a pool can be tough. But
I went to a police government swimming pool in Mumbai because my parents cared to take me. My mom took me every Saturday.
Aww.
It was a thing. We were not so rich that we had our own pool. Almost
with
nobody
an
in
apartment
India
in
is.
Nepean Sea Road, by the way.
Yeah, but my mom got a membership at the Mumbai Government Police Swimming Pool, which exists to this day in Worli Seaface, and it is not an expensive thing. She wanted me to learn how
Also,
to
mom was
swim.
homeless for like 2 years.
Okay,
But, yeah.
But that's
yeah.
before before
that
that.
is that he mistaken.
Her mom
he-
had passed away by then. So she learned it while she was alive.
Okay.
But
Okay.
The point is, like, you
both
can't give
went
your
through
childhood,
Yeah,
yeah,
you both
like-
went through severe hardship.
Okay, fine. I don't know how to swim. What the F?
no one is like.
But even if you don't know how to
Yeah, you
swim,
can learn.
You could have
Okay,
taken
okay.
the kids.
Can we get back to the-
You could have still taken the kids. The pools are like 3-4 feet deep. Have you ever went in? Have you ever said, I will stand here and teach you how
Okay,
to swim?
who paid for the check
Oh.
for the building that
Guys,
had the...
we can't do a podcast if every single 2 minutes of this podcast you guys are gonna bicker. Like, I actually won't do it.
Yeah,
I
anymore.
mean, it's really
It's
hard,
become
you know?
impossible.
And this is
It's
where
have to tell my
impossible.
You know what,
audience
Bridge?
that-
You know why that's such a great segue? We actually have an alternative. If you don't enjoy hearing
Oh,
our
yeah.
parents bicker, the three of us, me, Bridge, and Veer, have started our own show on Tuesday on Instagram Live at 8 p.m. Please, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can follow us. We go live, and we don't have our family, our parents join because of this
Yeah.
issue. Continue.
Oh, okay. Anyway, coming back to the recklessness, I remember when we were in this beautiful hotel and I took that you paid for before you attacked me at the time
Thank you.
because my full-time job was working 24/7 taking care of the
Yeah,
kids.
way
but
more
that-
valuable than the man making the money. I get it.
Oh, okay. Whatever. But we were in this hotel and we were in a pool, okay? And I was teaching Zoya how to do a stroke, and I put you on the ledge and I said, just sit here for 2 minutes. Just sit here. Let me do a lap with her and come back. Do not move. Do not move. And I knew, and I was like, he was old enough. He was like 4 or 5 years old. So he was old enough to understand to just put his feet in the water and sit there and not do anything while I went across and got a lap and came back. And I went with her like 2 steps in. I'm like trying to make sure that she's doing her stroke correctly. I look back and who's jumped in the water? I literally was so shocked. I went in the water, I grabbed him by his neck and I pulled him up so he could breathe. Because I was like, did you not hear me? Did you not hear me? And he's like, but I wanted to go with you guys.
What happened?
I could have just swam with you guys.
Did he swim?
No. No, he didn't swim. Then I had to put him out on the chair so he doesn't just jump in. I'm going to take you away for a brief second to let you know about today's sponsor, ZocDoc. How many of you, raise your hand right now if you've had a hard time finding a doctor, if you've put off your dental cleaning, if you've put off your screening, if you've put off your tests and your physical health because you're so overwhelmed with how you're going to find a doctor. It all feels like so many puzzle pieces. And then on top of it, you may have kids, you may have an aging parent, you may have a spouse, you got to take care of them too. ZocDoc will help you find that diamond in the rough. Every time I've gone on ZocDoc and looked for somebody, it's so easy to find the good doctors, to find the reviews, to find the location, to find the office hours, all in one place. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high-quality, in-network doctors so you can find someone you love. Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Zarna to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/Zarna. ZocDoc.com/Zarna. Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this message. And before we get back to the episode, I also want to talk about our sponsor for today's episode, Pebble. If you are a CEO, you're a founder, or you're in some position where you need to hire somebody for a job, Pebble's got you covered. Even if you need to hire somebody overseas, do you know that they can help you find the person, manage the contract, figure out the terms, the final cost, not the cost plus what else is involved, the final number. All of that can be done by Pebble because they've figured it out and they've made it so easy for everybody to hire and to find that right person who can do the job for you. Pebble's new standard discounted pricing is $399 per month per employee to help you contain costs. That's the final number. Standard discounted pricing at $399 per month per employee to help you contain your costs. Go to hipebble.ai, HIPEBL.ai to get a free estimate. That's hipebble.ai, HIPEBL.ai for a free estimate. Don't delay hiring your next superstar.
Well, he's also had a near drowning experience, so.
That was your fault. The near drowning experience was your Didi and Dad's fault. Yes.
Because we made you go
Because they made me go into Hawaii. Yes.
What are you
It couldn't be mine because I didn't know how to swim.
No, I still remember. Okay, here's another quick fun story. One time we were in Hawaii, and if you guys don't know, the waves in Hawaii are a lot stronger and taller than waves like anywhere else in America for whatever reason, closer to the moon, I don't know. We were in the ocean, and I, at that age, did not like going deep into the ocean at all. Like, I only liked staying in the shallow end, and I did not want to go deep. Like, I never liked doing it ever. But Didi and Mom and Dad and Veer wasn't there yet, but Didi, Mom, and Dad were old enough to the point where they could like walk deeper into the ocean, and like it wasn't that deep, but to me it was huge because I was very, very young. But to them it wasn't that bad, so they would go deep out, and then I would stay back. So then one time they told me, okay, Bridge, come out. And I was like, no, I'm not going. And I said, I'm not going multiple times. But then the 3 of them grabbed my arms and brought me all the way out, okay? So now I'm all the way out with the 3 of them, and I can't stand. So Mom and Dad, I think both of them are holding one of my hands, right? each of them are holding one of my hands, and we're in the ocean, and we're deep out, and I did not, and I was like, this is terrible. Then a huge Hawaii wave comes, a big one, a very strong, tall one, comes, and both of them let go of my hand because I think the force was just so large they couldn't hold on to my hand, and I got washed all the way back to shore. Like, I only breathed, my next breath happened because I washed on shore. Like, in between me getting hit from that wave, I didn't breathe until I hit the shore.
Wow.
Oh, no, don't
You
worry.
were there.
No, let me remind the
What?
audience. Okay, before we set the stage on this, can you all admit that I'm neurotic on the beach?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
are.
are.
I'm
100%.
neurotic. I'm like,
Yeah.
not this far, not this. I'm
Yeah.
always the one
You are
screaming and
insane about
yelling.
that, That's
so-
that do not go. Do you ever remember me falling asleep on the
No,
beach
no,
while you're in the water,
no.
or sitting in a cabana somewhere having a drink? Do
No.
you ever remember that? I'm constantly watching over each one of
Yes.
you. We were at the beach, and this is how good cop fails sometimes.
Okay.
We were in the ocean with the two of you, and he was there. This much water, ankle deep. Zoya wanted to go deeper because she likes going deeper
Yeah.
in the water. I did not want to go deeper because I'm painfully aware of how dangerous the ocean can be. That's why, are you ever allowed to do any
No,
water
you're
sports?
very,
Under
very-
my watch, none of that is happening,
Yeah.
right?
Although next week we are, but yeah.
Gargs Go Beach.
We're not doing any of that.
Oh my god.
Zoya!
Zoya,
there's sharks in the ocean!
No, I checked the flag.
Oh my god!
I checked the flag. No, I'm having fun.
No, flag! What do you mean flag?
It's a yellow flag today.
Oh, I'm glad the shark checked the yellow flag before it decides to come and eat you. Let's go!
Stop!
Okay, but I was like, no, we're good. Then she's like, no, I want to go inside. I want to go inside. Guess who becomes a good cop? And says, it's just the ankle. We can go a few more steps. That is how, because he didn't want to be the bad cop to her. We all went in. And I kept saying the ocean is dangerous. Do not ever underestimate the ocean. And there are 10 million videos and photos of me sitting by the beach as if I'm like a vigilante, like prison warden. I have never enjoyed my time at the beach because I have 1, 2, or 3 kids to watch him. I don't care. But 1, 2, or 3 kids that I'm like, please do not underestimate, because people here will start swimming and not take the ocean seriously. Precisely for this reason. Because that undercurrent, when it pulls you, it comes unexpected and in a way that you cannot control.
And also sharks.
Yeah.
See, now
Oh, I just thought this monologue deserved a clap.
Now he thinks we were
Did you
all
like this
responsible.
monologue so we can, like,
and
Wait,
who
hold on.
can turn
From
this
my
into a
perspective, though, it
sarcastic
seems
moment?
like you, all three of you guys are, because I didn't want to come out
Yes,
until all
I
three of
agree
you guys
with you.
said come out.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. Do you have any doubt that if it was just
No,
me,
it would
I
not
would
have
have shut
happened.
it
There's
down
no
for
chance.
both of you?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yes,
listen.
I'm-
Okay,
I
we
agree.
We should
understand.
clap. I mean, this
we-
monologue deserves a clap. It is such
I don't know
an
why you're
intense
doing
thing.
this.
I mean, I thought the monologue that she gave, she expected a clap. So I'm sure audience, if she was the audience was
Dad,
around, they would clap.
If my audience has anything to say, they will say it.
Oh my God, she's again copying. She's again copying. Guys, don't fall for this. She's
They
copying
are
me.
very
When's the last time we've done an
intelligent
episode without them two like getting into some sort of dispute over the way one speaks or something? And Dad, you saying monologue is another version of you saying restaurant. Can we just take a second, Dad? Every time you say restaurant, you say restaurant.
Yeah.
It's so like,
Because you know why?
I'm sorry, this
because
is so away from the
because
top. goes,
he grew
"Restaurant?"
up. He
It's
grew up
so
in
annoying.
England. He
It's
grew
actually-
up in
okay,
this
oh my God.
as a Sussex of Wales.
What is the name?
Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Like the producer, you watch all the episodes a million times. You hear it, right?
And there was only one restaurant.
There was only one restaurant.
Just so you know.
Monologue is not a good word.
This one I noticed.
Monologue.
This one I
Monologue.
noticed.
Monologue.
Another way of
monologue.
what is it? The Indians want to be French, something
Indians
like
want to
that.
be British.
Want to be
Actually,
British.
monologue is a French word, is it not?
No, I don't think
We
so.
live in America, regardless. Irregardless, we live in America. You hear the word I use?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good for this conversation.
Which word?
Maybe we can conversate about it regardless more and more.
Oh my God.
What are we talking about now?
Conversate
In
is
this-
a word.
in this
We looked
IG
it up.
in this
It is a
IG
word.
reel, Bio-
Conversate is a word.
Bio
It's in
was
the
getting-
Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Bio
Thank
was
you.
getting like fried in the comments for saying conversate and irregardless.
So what does that mean now? Now that we know it is a word, and I was getting fried by everyone
is
in the
it a
comments
word,
section. It is
conversate?
a word in the Merriam-Webster
And
dictionary.
irregardless too.
That one Didi said is a word, but I haven't looked up.
I have a question. So you're the oldest child, the oldest sibling of this sibling group. Do you feel the pressure, all the stereotypical oldest child's symptoms?
Yes.
I mean, she probably doesn't because she's led by example since you were 3 years old age. She won that penguin that she made.
It's a
in that
parrot.
l-
It's a
parrot.
parrot.
Oh
Not
my
penguin,
God,
parrot.
It's green.
We have a whole painting of it.
There's
how
not
can you
a
even
green
confuse the
penguin
two?
in this whole
Green
world
parrot, she made
anywhere.
a 3 year, like
But
what,
he
5 years
doesn't even never saw it, so he's only
course I
heard it in
saw it.
passing.
My point
He
is-
remembers
Walked
it's
into
some
that
vague
one.
bird thing. We have it right here. Hold on.
Penguin?
Do you know
Where is
Bridges?
it? It's up there somewhere.
Bridges'
It's up there.
face.
Is it there?
It was
I think
like
it's
a
in here.
glimpse of it. He knew the moment Dad said penguin. He knew what was happening.
Can I just say
She
it's
threw it out.
insane
Your
that
mom
I
threw it
just
out.
Threw it out.
I
She
just
threw it out
looked
to
at
make
the
space for her
I just
book.
looked at the background and literally it's just your book.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's nothing else in the background.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the most
What kind of
important thing
background
that's
is
happening.
this?
No, we made it ourselves.
Yeah, that is.
They look like
They
they're
didn't
supposed-
make any. You
No,
just
they're
got all of our
supposed to.
books.
They're supposed to look like clouds. The blue.
Can
But
somebody?
my point is that she was always type A alpha, so it was easy for her to beat the alpha and lead the older.
But that doesn't
siblings.
mean that she's not feeling the pressure. It just means she's overcoming
I
it
mean,
really
I
well.
think being the oldest child means a lot of different things. First of all, you definitely do get the most attention from your parents, which is a good and bad thing. A lot of oldest children feel really like they need to rely on their parents, guidance, rely on guidance of older people, not just their parents, but they're used to having like support systems in that way. I think being an eldest daughter is a very specific kind of experience. I feel a lot of responsibility to take care of mom. Like a lot of responsibility. Dad, I don't feel that same responsibility towards you. I don't know why. I just,
Look, he says you should.
He's never.
maybe it's because but I just feel like,
Also, why specifically do you feel such responsibility?
Yeah.
because mom took such great care of me when I was.
No, there are other dynamics in play. You can feel free to name them.
What?
I think she has
What are
no
you
idea
trying
what
to
you're
like
talking about.
get out of this?
Like, if she thought other people were taking care of her mother, she would not have that stress.
Oh.
Is all I'm gonna say.
Well,
Wait,
I mean,
you don't think me and Veer will take care
No,
of you?
you guys, the kids, the
Oh.
entire burden has fallen on the kids for a reason.
well, I do think that, I don't know how many.
Bro. Okay, we're stating a new rule for the rest of this podcast. You guys are not allowed to take shots at each other, especially when somebody's trying to make a point. Because now this whole point that Dee is making is undermined because you took a shot at Dad, and everyone's gonna be
I didn't even
curious.
say his name.
Wait, really? You
Okay,
didn't
all
say-
right, okay,
Okay, we're
fine.
done. No more shots.
Fine.
For the rest of this episode.
Fine.
Okay,
Sorry,
can we
finish.
continue?
I think that there's this idea that like moms are supposed to senselessly give, and then their kids don't have any responsibility to give back to the mom. And I know that we're really lucky actually because Bridge and Veer care so much about mom. A lot of sons don't. Like a lot of sons don't, like they just fly away and then they don't think about their parents, and daughters usually take on that responsibility. I'm actually really lucky because Bridge and Veer are like constantly holding mom's bags. They're constantly like scratching her back, constantly asking for ways they can proactively help her. But I think one eldest daughter struggle that I have is like, how do I have my own life and also take care of my mom? Because to
good
me,
question.
it's like the most important thing in the world to help her and support her.
But again, you're not the first girl in the world that feels that way.
No, I know. I actually wonder if other, daughters feel this way because that
I mean, you
is
still have to incorporate your new family in your life.
who is my new family.
I mean, the boy that you will marry and their parents and siblings and all of that.
But it's actually not rare to see like a girl getting a new family and then the mom lives with them when she gets older. Like that's a very
it's not
common
ve- you're
practice.
right.
Yeah.
It's very common.
Also, is the whole.
What's
That
when
at
the
an older
girl
age-
lives-
that
the-
if she gets a new family and they move into whatever apartment they move into, then you live with them when you get older.
Oh,
Oh,
another.
the mother of the.
Yeah.
Also, is
very
is
common.
kids not feeling responsible for their parents' future as the parents did for theirs? Is that an American thing, or is that how it is in India too?
No, that's a very big thing. In India, it's very, very, you have to take care of your parents in India.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Is that how it
There's
is?
like
Do you
a
wanna
family
explain it?
unit.
Well, I think that is the hope. I don't know how many people actually do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's all up in the air. And, we live here. His parents live in India. There are limits to what we can do.
Yeah.
And he's very lucky. He has a brother who's in and out of India a lot more than us. But
But in my case as well, because I got into college first, it was very helpful to him to learn from me to prepare for it.
Yeah.
So there was that same transmission that Didi is talking
Yeah,
about
like
towards the younger
pave the
siblings.
path.
I had that transmission towards my brother too.
Well, I will say that while we're talking about it, I'm like, I think one of the other reasons I don't like making mistakes is I don't like making mistakes in front of Bridge and Veer. You know what I mean? Because to me, that sets a tone of standards that we have as kids. Like if I made a mistake just by myself, I don't care if mom sees it or dad sees it, because ultimately I'm not leading them in any direction whatsoever. But a lot of people ask, like, Zoya, why have you never drank alcohol, or why have you never done drugs? Like, it really was in my mind. I was like, I don't want to participate in behaviors that I would model for my brothers. Like, that really was it, you know? And even whatever they choose to decide is up to them. But like, I want to give them the most pristine example that I can, so that they're inspired in one direction or another.
Yeah, and you've done a fantastic job at that. Like, the reason
thank you.
why I don't smoke or drink, I've always attributed to Didi.
Aw.
100%.
Thank you. But then there's a lot of other things that I'm so anxious. I mean, you guys as a pod know that. I'm like the most anxious. I'm like so neurotic.
Why is that
super
the result
anxious.
of being a oldest child?
Because
Is it
it's like,
of all
it's just so much responsibility and pressure and like just constant, like everybody's watching you all the time.
Can you imagine a world where you get drunk and show up like inebriated to our house one day?
No. I can see a lot of other bad things happening though. Like, just because I am not that, I'm the other, where I could definitely see myself like sobbing every time something bad happens within the business, for sure.
That
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I don't know.
No, that is a birth order thing. Like, do you worry about this?
Do I worry
Do
about?
you feel the pressure the way Zoya does?
I do, but I wouldn't have. I actually don't. Like, I'm in the middle. Like, I do, in the sense, like, we made a whole therapy skit about this that went completely viral. I do feel some pressure just because of the reason that them two have succeeded so hard that if I did, it would be like a matchbox where the third one is the dud. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, if them two are so
joke.
killer.
That's a
I know. Like, Didi has been so killer, in, like, academically and now in her business. Baya is, like, so good at just putting up shots, like, getting up reps every day. Like, I feel like I need to have my thing, otherwise it feels like...
Yeah, but now that you've gone to Stuyvesant, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, like, there's basically nothing. I mean, you didn't just get into Stuyvesant. You got into Stuyvesant with a number so high, you could have gotten, like, 3 times over into
Yeah,
Stuyvesant.
the city literally said that Veer had one of the highest scores in the city. And the other thing that one thing that shows the difference between us and birth order was when you got in, you didn't ask for any congratulations, any celebration. You got in and you were like, yay.
I actually got in during a basketball
British
game.
was the same way with Cornell.
No, but that's like I do think oldest children make like such a spectacle of everything that they're doing. You know, that's like a thing that.
Although he didn't make a spectacle.
Yeah, he didn't.
We didn't even do a party.
We
for your
thought,
Stanford
we
admission.
thought you should have made more of a
More of a
spectacle.
No, but
about getting
I was
into
panicking every single day. Like
I'm saying
I literally,
post getting in.
yeah.
You did not make
No,
a
but
spectacle.
I was not sleeping
we
every
had a
night.
lot of a different situation because the pressure, Mom has explained this to me and I want to explain this to you guys. The pressure that you had is a lot different than us because for your high school, if you weren't to get in, we had there was not many other options.
But that's not true because if you hadn't gotten in, we might have moved to a different state. There was different types
Exactly,
of
but
pressure.
we didn't have the
That's
same
what he's
option
saying.
because
We
us
didn't
two,
have those
you had 2
options
other
because your
kids, you couldn't
dad
move
had a
both of us
corporate
too.
job.
I do think that no, but I think you should give your flowers where you give your flowers. Bridge, for example, I recently learned is a much better programmer than me just because he's willing to go for it, and that is what makes an amazing programmer. Like I know there are a lot of engineers that watch this, so like please,
They're
I
gonna
would like
hate you.
no, but this idea that like you have to get the engineering perfect before you do it, like I think that that's so overrated, especially in the age of AI. The best programmers are the ones that like ideate and just fix and are
Well,
willing.
also, I told Mom that the program was not ready to be used. I said, it's not ready to be used. If you cannot tell people about it, it's gonna crash, and then I'm gonna have to redo a lot of it. Did I say that?
And she did it.
And
anyway.
then, no, not only did she
immediately
did
went
it,
live.
What?
she went
No,
live on
I went
Instagram for
live.
thousands of people.
No, there weren't thousands. It was a few hundred. And I told everybody that this is a secret. And then nobody kept the secret.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
we knew that was
don't
not
you
gonna
tell
work.
me.
It's a secret.
I gave
Like,
it
you
to them,
can't.
and then they called all their relatives and put it on their WhatsApp groups. Like that was a fail on them. It was
That's not how it works. So then she did that, and she took it and she gave it to everybody. I told her, I said, okay, Mom, it is live for you to test. She then took it on Instagram Live, gave it to hundreds of people, who then gave it to their own hundreds of people. Then the whole thing, I'm looking at my computer, it's getting hot because I see like 500 requests going through through every second for like new texts. And then I'm screaming at mom, stop telling people the server is crashing. It's actually on her story. I mean, you
I
guys are gonna
did.
see it,
I
but-
told people, stop texting my son.
No,
Stop texting my son. And now next time I'm not telling anybody who can't keep a secret.
One other thing that like I got really lucky with in terms of getting into this school is that dad and mom both put zero pressure on it and like made zero big deal out of it, which is why I didn't really care. I think if they were to have been like, if they were to have,
in my mind, I was stressing out about it. I just didn't let it on that way.
yeah, if they were to like have put so much pressure on me, I think I would have made it such a big deal when I got in. The thing is that mom like always was stressing that first of all, it doesn't matter. She never cared about like name brand value, and she didn't go to a name brand college, and look how she's turned out. Dad like obviously does, but he even said that what he cares about is the effort that I put into my studying for the test rather than actual test results, because those will turn into so many other things and carry on. So I think I got super lucky with dad specifically, because he really put zero pressure on me.
No, I mean, listen, the birth order thing can go on. There's endless speculation about the oldest child, the youngest child, the middle child. You know, you can see some aspects of older child things in my husband, some things of being the youngest in me and my sibling group. For sure, I'm the renegade in my family across the board. I've written a whole book about it. But everybody's got an opinion. I personally don't think these are birth order things. They just happen to be what they are. They're characteristics of the kids. If Bridge was the oldest child with the same characteristics, we would paint the brush differently and call it different names and be like, actually, he's a self-starter. Whatever. I think a lot of this birth order talk is hokum pokum.
You think it's like zodiac sign?
Yeah, it's like Zoya. Oh, you're Sagittarius. You like the sun. You don't like the sun. You can make anything up. I personally am not a believer, but we would love to know if you are. But this has been our episode of Birth Order. And as we end every episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, so too we will end with this episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, where each Garg gives another Garg an A grade for the winning moment of the episode, the entertaining moment, the enlightening moment, just the standout moment. Who wants to go first?
I'll say Didi gets my A grade because I think as the oldest child, you have paved the path in a way that I don't think I've ever seen from any other older sibling in my life.
Oh my gosh.
I had to give mine to Veer. I think that his think of not feeling pressure getting to Sty, I think that's very awesome that he got into it stress-free. He achieved such a major big thing and also wasn't stressed out along the way. That's great.
Thank you.
I'm going to give my A grade to Bridge because guys, 5,000 contacts is actually the equivalent of the money investment risk taking, and I do think that was a reflection in the best way possible of how he's channeled middle child syndrome into the best tool possible for his life, because he's just taking risks and he's actually doing the thing rather than like thinking about the consequences.
I think I'm gonna give my A grade to Baya. I think him being the result of middle child syndrome is the reason that I'm the result of having like both parents, mom not by choice, like neither of them being super involved in like my like very shaping years, because he was able to step in and take on like the responsibility of a parent and in the body and mind of a 15 and 16-year-old.
It's true. It's true. I would also give this A grade to Bridge. I think he deserves all the flowers for stepping in and being the peacemaker always.
Yes.
I think Bridge is always the peacemaker. Everybody's freaking out and yelling at each other and slamming doors. And he will wait until the moment calms down and then get involved and like play the peacemaker. And this AI tool that you've created on your own, to watch you navigate the mess that you created but then got yourself out of peacefully, because he wasn't crashing out, we weren't crashing out, everybody was fine.
Yeah.
And in the end it got resolved, but he did it all himself.
Yeah.
So he took a concept from concept in the air to full execution, including dealing with roadblocks along the way, resolving those roadblocks. I mean, I feel like we all got to see a side of Bridge that we didn't even know
It was amazing.
fully existed until last night. And just to be clear, I didn't tell anybody any secrets. Like I was.
No, you did. You
No.
went live and you listed the number on your live. Everybody text this.
Yeah, but I didn't tell a person. I told a machine. So on a technicality, I'm
This is
right.
what she was saying yesterday. It was
Anyway,
crazy.
Anyway, this has been our episode of Birth Order. We hope you enjoyed it. We would love to know what you think. Tell us what you think. What is your birth order? Where are you in the birth order? Oldest, youngest,
We want to hear
middle?
from only child. I want to hear from some
Yes,
adults. We didn't talk
that
about
would be
only
really
child.
cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Only children, please tell us what you're going through, what you wish you had, what you're grateful you don't have. We can't wait to hear more. We love being your digital family. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Subscribe. We want to grow this podcast. Are you liking this new setup? Are you liking this new dynamic that we have this kind of table set up with the chairs and everything? We want to hear all of it and then some. Until we meet again, everybody say bye.
Bye.